Every night, you close your eyes, your breathing slows, your muscles relax, your awareness fades, and for several hours, you completely disconnect from the world around you. You stop paying attention to sounds, movements, changes in your environment. You stop monitoring what is happening beyond the bedroom walls. But sometimes, your dog doesn't. Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night and noticed your dog staring toward the bedroom door? Sitting upright while everyone else sleeps? Lying between you and the entrance? Or suddenly becoming alert at a sound you never even heard? Most people assume it's random, just another strange dog habit. But what if it isn't? What if your dog is responding to something much deeper? Because while humans see sleep as rest, dogs instinctively recognize something else. Vulnerability. A sleeping individual cannot monitor danger, cannot react quickly, cannot protect themselves effectively. And for some dogs, that changes how they behave around you at night. Because when you fall asleep, your dog may feel that someone should remain aware. Someone should keep listening. Someone should keep watching. And in their mind, that someone might be them. Your dog sees a different version of you at night. Dogs don't understand sleep the way humans do. They don't know about work schedules, fatigue, recovery, or the science of sleep cycles. Instead, they observe behavior. And from a dog's perspective, a sleeping human suddenly becomes very different. During the day, you move confidently through your environment. You make decisions. You react to sounds. You notice changes. You control situations. But when you fall asleep, all of that disappears. Your eyes close. Your awareness vanishes. Your reaction speed drops dramatically. Your attention shifts completely inward. To a dog, this can look surprisingly vulnerable, especially for dogs that are naturally observant. In nature, members of a social group often benefit when others remain alert. Survival becomes easier when not everyone is vulnerable at the same time. While modern dogs live comfortable lives, many ancient instincts still remain beneath the surface. And one of those instincts may activate whenever someone important becomes temporarily defenseless. Which means your sleeping body may trigger a protective response your dog doesn't even consciously understand. Your dog may be monitoring the world for you. While you sleep, your dog often continues gathering information. Constantly, quietly, effortlessly. Dogs experience the world through senses that are dramatically different from our own. Their hearing is more sensitive. Their sense of smell is extraordinary. Their awareness of subtle environmental changes can be remarkable, which means your dog notices things long before you do. A distant car door, footsteps outside, a neighbor returning home, a strange scent moving through the air, a sound somewhere in the house. Many dogs continue processing these signals even while resting. This explains why some dogs suddenly lift their heads during the night, then relax again moments later. They are checking, evaluating, monitoring, not because every sound is dangerous, but because paying attention has become part of their role, especially if they feel deeply connected to the people around them. In some dogs, attachment naturally expands into observation, and observation naturally expands into protection. Guarding is often quieter than people think. When humans hear the word guarding, they often imagine aggression, barking, growling, confrontation, defense. But real protective behavior is often much quieter. In fact, some of the most protective dogs rarely appear dramatic at all. They simply position themselves strategically. They sleep facing the door. They choose locations where they can observe movement. They remain aware of changes. They stay close enough to respond if needed. Many dogs don't view protection as fighting. They view it as awareness, remaining attentive, remaining available, remaining present, which is why a dog sleeping beside your bed may actually be performing a role they find emotionally important, not because danger is present, but because they prefer being ready if it ever appears. Some dogs appoint themselves as the watcher. Not all dogs behave the same way at night. Some sleep deeply. Some barely react to anything. Others seem to appoint themselves as unofficial nighttime supervisors. These dogs often choose positions carefully, near the door, near the hallway, near the bed, somewhere that allows them to monitor both their owner and the surrounding environment. Interestingly, these dogs often appear calm rather than anxious. They are not frightened. They are not stressed. They simply remain engaged, listening, observing, tracking information. You may notice that they wake easily, change position frequently, or immediately investigate unusual sounds. almost as if part of their brain remains on duty while everyone else sleeps. For these dogs, staying alert feels natural, and when they care deeply about someone, that alertness often becomes focused on them. Attachment changes everything. There is another reason dogs may guard sleeping owners, one that has less to do with instinct and more to do with emotion. Dogs form powerful attachment bonds. Over time, certain people become incredibly important to them, not simply as providers of food, but as emotional anchors, sources of comfort, security, stability, predictability. Your presence becomes part of how your dog experiences the world, which means your well-being matters more than many people realize. When strongly attached dogs check on their owners, they are not always responding to danger. Sometimes they are responding to connection. They want to know where you are, whether you are okay, whether everything feels normal, because emotional attachment naturally creates concern, and concern often creates protective behavior. The stronger the bond, the stronger this tendency can become. Your dog may feel responsible for you. Responsibility is a human word, but many dogs display behaviors that look surprisingly similar. They follow specific family members, check on them frequently, become alert when they are upset, stay close when they are sick, watch them when they are vulnerable, and nowhere is vulnerability more obvious than sleep, because sleep temporarily removes your awareness, which means some dogs instinctively compensate for it, not because anyone trained them to, not because they were instructed to, but because emotional bonds create behavioral priorities. In their mind, paying attention to you may simply feel important, and if something feels important enough, dogs often build routines around it, night after night, year after year. The most fascinating part of all this is that you'll never witness most of it. You'll never know how many sounds your dog investigated, how many times they opened their eyes, how many moments they spent quietly listening to the world around them. You'll sleep through almost all of it, but sometimes you'll catch a glimpse. You'll wake up unexpectedly and find your dog already awake, watching the doorway, listening to the house, calm, focused, present, not panicked, not afraid, just aware. And in that moment, you may realize something remarkable. While you were sleeping, while you were completely unaware of the world around you, someone may have been quietly keeping watch, not because they were ordered to, not because they expected a reward, but because in their own way, your safety matters to them. And sometimes, that simple truth explains more about the bond between humans and dogs than words ever could.